Welcome everyone to the first class of complete introduction to Numpy. So Numpy is a powerful open source library which is present in the Python programming language. So Numpy can be used for scientific computing. So the scientific computing like finding the values of the mathematical operations, mathematical formulas, and also we are going to need Numpy for creating multi-dimensional array and matrices. For that, the Numpy is very useful. And also we are going to discuss about the concept why the Numpy is faster than list. In list, the values are stored in discontinuous places. But in the case of Numpy, the values are stored in continuous places. So that's the most important difference between Numpy and list. For the discontinuous place, the indexing concept is very slow. For that only the list is slower than Numpy. And also the Numpy can be used for the low level languages like C and Fortran. So we can use Numpy for more memory efficient than Python list. So why the Numpy is faster than list is nothing but Numpy stores the values in continuous place. But in list, the values are stored in discontinuous place. For example, if you want to search any value in the list, it takes more amount of time. But in the case of Numpy, it takes only less amount of time because of continuous place. So there are many types of array in Numpy. We are going to discuss one by one in the upcoming class. So the first one will be the 0-dimensional array, and then 1-dimensional array, 2-dimensional array, 3-dimensional array, and then multi-dimensional array. So there are many data types in Numpy. So you can use integer data type, float data type, boolean data type, complex data type, object data type. So there are three advantages of Numpy: high performance, memory efficiency, vectorized operations. So that's it. We have completed the introduction to Numpy. In the upcoming class, we are going to discuss about how to create a Numpy and how to create a functions in Numpy. Welcome everyone to the second class of Numpy. In today's class, we are going to discuss about how to install Numpy in Python, and also we are going to discuss about how to import the Numpy package. For that, first we are going to discuss about how to install Numpy. For that, you have to type the command. You have to type pip install Numpy. So that's the syntax for installing Numpy. In Google Colab, you have to type symbol before pip. After that only your output will execute. So in other IDEs, you don't have to type symbol for installing the packages. In Google Colab, you have to type symbol for installing the package. Numpy is already installed in my computer. So you can see Python 3.10 already installed the Numpy package. So after that, we are going to discuss about how to import the Numpy package in Google Colab. For that, you have to type the code import, and then you have to type the package Numpy as np. We are going to call Numpy as np. So you have to run the code for importing the package of Numpy. So in the upcoming class, we are going to discuss about how to create Numpy array. Welcome everyone. In today's class, we are going to discuss about the types of Numpy array. For the first, we are going to create 0-dimensional array, and then we are going to create 1-dimensional array, multi-dimensional array. First, we are going to create 0-dimensional array. You have to type n equal to np dot, np is nothing but Numpy, and then you have to type dot array of. Inside that you can type your own value. I am going to type 1. If you run this code, so after that you have to print the value of n, and then you have to run the code. You can see 1. So this is the syntax for creating 0-dimensional array. So after that, we are going to discuss about how to create one-dimensional array. For that, we are going to type n equal to np dot array of. Inside that, you have to type the square bracket and then you have to type the value 1, 2. So that's the syntax for creating one-dimensional array. For zero-dimensional array, you don't have to type square bracket. For one-dimensional array, you have to type square bracket. So 1 square bracket equal to 1 dimensional. 2 square bracket, it will be considered as 2 dimensional. 3 square bracket will be considered as 3 dimensional. For the simple way of understand NumPy dimension, you have to remember the square brackets. 1 square bracket will be considered as 1 dimensional array. 1 dimensional NumPy array. So after that, we are going to discuss about how to create 2-dimensional array. For that, you have to create a variable n equal to np dot. So np is nothing but numpy dot array of. Inside that, you have to type 2 square bracket. After that, you have to type the value 1, 2, comma, and then you have to type the second values 2, 5. So that's the syntax for creating 2-dimensional array, because there are 2 square bracket. For the simple way to understand, you have to remember the square brackets. So after that, we are going to print the value of n. So you can see the output 1, 2 and 2, 5. So after that, we are going to discuss about how to create 3-dimensional array. For that, we are going to create a value n equal to np dot array of. So inside that, you have to type 3 square bracket. So 3 square bracket is nothing but 3-dimensional. And then you have to type the values. So you can type your own values 3, 4. So that's the syntax for creating 3-dimensional array. 3 square bracket for 3-dimensional. After that, we are going to print the value of n. So you can see 1, 2 and 3, 4. So that's it. In today's class, we have discussed about how to create 3-dimensional, 2-dimensional, 1-dimensional, 0-dimensional NumPy array. Welcome everyone. In today's class, we are going to discuss about ending function in NumPy. So if you don't know how to find the dimensions of the array, we are going to need the ending function for finding the dimension of array. For that, we are going to see an example. We are going to copy and paste the 3-dimensional array from the previous class. So you have to copy and then you have to paste. We are going to find the dimension of this array. For that, you have to print. Inside that, you have to type n dot ndim. N dot ndim. So if you try to run the code, it will generate the dimensions of the array. So the dimension will be 3. So in the previous class, I told you that 3 square bracket comes, it will be considered as 3-dimensional. If you don't know how to find the dimension, you have to use ending function. Hello everyone, in today's class, we are going to discuss about dtype function in NumPy. So dtype is very useful for if you want to find the data type of the NumPy array, you have to use the dtype. For that, we are going to see an example. So you have to type n equal to np dot array of. So we are going to create 1-dimensional array and then we are going to find the data type of the NumPy. For that only, we are going to need the dtype function. You have to type n dot dtype. That is nothing but data type of the NumPy. So it will be generated as integer 64. So 1, 2 is nothing but integer data type. Also, we are going to discuss about typecasting in NumPy. For that, we are going to convert the integer data type to float data type. For that, you have to type comma dtype equal to float. we are going to convert the integer numpy array to float. So in the output you can see point value is added for converting the integer type to float. Also you can type other functions of the float. So you can see 16 to 56, 32, 64, 80. So there are many types of float. So you can also use own float for your project. So the D type can be used for both finding the data type of the numpy array and also typecasting for the numpy. Also you can change the integer data type to string data type using the D type function. So you have to type string underscore for converting the integer data type to string data type. So that's it. In today's class we have discussed about D type in NumPy. So D type is useful for finding the data type and also typecasting. Welcome everyone. In today's class we are going to discuss about another function in NumPy, that is aRange function in NumPy. So if you want to create an random range of NumPy array, you have to use the aRange function. So we are going to create an array in the range n equal to np dot, and then you have to type the function aRange. So aRange will be the function for creating the range of array. For that you have to type the value 10. We are going to create 10 value NumPy array. So if you try to run the code, you can see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's the range of 10. So you have to remember the concept of index. So the index starts from 0. So 0 to 9 it will be considered as 10 values. We are going to see another example. We are going to create the range of 20. So you have to type 20 code. So you can see 0 to 19 values are present. So 19 values are present because 0 starts. So that's the first index. In today's class we are discuss about aRange function in Python. So aRange is nothing but we are going to create the range of array. Hello everyone, in today's class we are going to discuss about how to combine two or more array in NumPy. For that we are going to create a function concatenate. So concatenate is useful for combining two or more array. First we are going to create an array n equal to np dot array of, we are going to create one dimensional array 1, 4. And then we are going to create second array np dot array of 2, 5. We are going to combine these two array using the concatenate function. For that we are going to create a new array b equal to np dot concatenate of. So inside the bracket you have to type the values of the array. So the array variable will be a and n. So you have to type double bracket a comma n, and then we are going to print the value of b. So in the output you can see the a array 2, 5 and then n array 1, 4 are combined in the array of b. So that's the use of concatenate function. Welcome everyone. In today's class we are going to discuss about n minimum function. So n minimum function is very useful for if you want to create multi-dimensional array, you have to use n minimum function. For that we are going to see an example. We are going to create 10-dimensional array. So for that you have to type a equal to np dot array of. First we are going to create one-dimensional array. So you have to type 1 square bracket. Inside that you have to type the value 1, 2. And then we are going to convert that one-dimensional array into 10-dimensional array. So you have to type n minimum equal to 10. 1 dimensional will be converted to 10 dimensional array. So after that you have to print the value of A, and then we are going to print the dimensional of the A dot n minimum. So in the output you can see 10 square brackets are created. First, 1 dimensional is converted to 10 dimensional. For 1 dimensional, 1 square bracket. For 10 dimensional, 10 square bracket. So you have to count the number of square bracket. So it will be considered as 10 square brackets. And also you can see the dimensional. So dimensional is changed from 1 dimensional to 10 dimensional. So that's the use of n minimum. Welcome everyone. In today's class we are going to discuss about how to iterate the elements one by one using the enditer function. For that we are going to see an example how to iterate the elements one by one. So we have to create a numpy array n equal to np dot array of. So we are going to create an array 1, 4, 6, 3, 6, 3, 8. You can type your own values. After that, we are going to iterate the elements. For iterate the elements, we are going to need the for loop. For I, n, and then you have to type np dot, you have to call the function enditer of A. So that's the array, and then we are going to print the value of I. So by doing this, we can call the elements one by one. So output will show 1, 4, 6, 3, 6, 3, 8, 2. So the function is wrong. You have to type enditer. You have to remove one t from the function. So you have to remove one t from the function, and then you have to run the code. So you can see the values of the numpy array iterated one by one. Also you can use the enditer for finding the even numbers and odd numbers. For that we are going to see an example. You have to use the if condition. If I divided by 2 equal to 0. So the value of I divided by 2, the remainder gives 0. It will be considered as even number. So what are all the values divided by 2 which gives the remainder 0, that will be considered as even numbers. So if you want to find the odd numbers, you have to change the not equal to 0. So in the output you can see 1, 3 and 3. So 4, 6, 6, 8, 2. These are all the even numbers. So that's it. In today's class we are discussed about how to iterate the elements one by one using the enditer function. Welcome everyone. In today's class we are going to discuss about what are all the functions available in Numpy. For the first we are going to discuss about copy function in Numpy. So copy function is nothing but we are going to create an array from the original array. For that we are going to create an array x equal to np dot array of, we are going to create single dimensional array 1, 5. And then we are going to create a new array with the copy of x. For that you have to type the variable name dot copy of. So the variable will be x. And then we are going to print the value of x and z. So you have to run the code. So in the output you can see the value will be copied from the original array. Z copied from the x array. Same values 1, 5, 1, 5. So that's the use of copy function. So after that we are going to discuss about how to change the values in the Numpy. For that, first we are going to create an numpy. You have to type a equal to np dot array of, we are going to create one dimensional array 1, 4, and then we are going to print the value of a. So if you run the code, you can see the values 1, 4. So after that, we are going to change the value. You have to remember the index concept. 1 will be the index of 0. So you have to type a square bracket of, inside that you have to type the index position 1 equal to 0. So 1 will be the index position of 4 value. We are going to change the value of 4. And then we are going to print the value of a array. So we can also change the index positions. Whatever values, if you want to change, you can change the values. So in the index position of 1, 4 changed to 0. Also, I am going to change the value of 0th index. So the 0th index is nothing but 1. So it will be changed to 0. So it will be changed to 0. 0, 7. So if you want to change the values of the numpy array, you have to use the change function, and also you have to remember the index concept. So this is the example for one dimensional. So after that, we are going to discuss about how to change the values in the two-dimensional array. For that, you have to create a two-dimensional array n equal to np dot array of 2 square bracket. Inside that, you have to type the values 1, 5, and then you have to type the second array value 3, 6. So we are going to print the value of n. First, 1, 5 is the 0th array. 3, 6 is the first array in the two-dimensional. Also, in the 0th array, 1 will be considered as 0th index. 5 will be considered as first index. So in the first array of the two-dimensional, 3 will be considered as 0th index. 6 will be considered as first index. So you have to remember the concept. In the two-dimensional array, we are going to change the value 0. That's the array. 0th array, that is 1, 5. And then we are going to change the value of the index. So in the 0th array, the 0th index will be 1. 1 will be changed to 9. So 0 is the array. And then 0 is the index position. So if you run the code, so you can see the values are changed. So you can see 9. 1 is changed to 9. So for the convenience, I'm going to remove all the previous code and run the code. So you can see values of the first array changed to values of the second array. 0th index, that is 0th array, value changed. After that, we are going to discuss about sorting function in Numpy. So sorting can be ascending order and descending order. So we are going to create a Numpy a equal to np dot array of, we are going to create one-dimensional array 2, 1. And then we are going to print the value of a. So after that, I am going to sort the values. For that, you have to print np dot sort. So that's the function. Inside that, you have to type the array name and then axis equal to 0. For axis equal to 0, it will be sorting in the column wise. For axis equal to 1, it will be sorting in the row wise. For one-dimensional, column sort will be possible. For two-dimensional only, row sort will be possible. So you have to print the value. So in the output, you can see 2, 1 is changed to 1, 2. for the one dimensional. So after that we are going to create sorting for two dimensional. For that you have to type double square bracket and then values 3, 1 and 5, 7 or your own values 6, 2. After that we are going to sort the values and then we are going to print the value of b. np dot sort of, you have to type the value of the array b, axis equal to 1. Axis equal to 1 is nothing but row wise sorting in two dimensional. So 3, 1 will be changed to 1, 3. 6, 2 will be changed to 2, 6. So that's the row wise sorting 1, 3 and then 2, 6. So that's it. In today's class we are discuss about how to sort in the row wise and the column wise. So after that we are going to discuss about last function in Numpy that will be searching the elements in the Numpy. We are going to discuss an example. We have to create a Numpy array. We are going to create one dimensional array 1, 2. We are going to find the value of 2. So value of 2 will be generated in the output in the form of index position. For that we are going to create an function x equal to np dot, you have to create a function where a equal to 2. So in the output it generates the index position of the value 2. You have to print the value of x. You have to remember, in the search output value will be generated as index position of the value. So in the output you can see 1 because the index position of 2 in the Numpy array is 1. So that's why output shows 1. So if you want to find the index value of the one value, you have to change the value and then run the code. So in the output you can see the index position 0. So the value of a is present in the index position 0.